Okay, we're almost underway with the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Final. Our judges Nathan Mauler and Graham Finlayson are in place, and our first competitor has started. Terry Hall and Brex Shooter-Duct comes into this final with a total score of 180.5. Rowan Marks, you'll be in next at number 2.
Brex Shooter-Duct is owned by Terry and Christine Hall, by Hazelwood Conman out of Disco Duck, and she's an open mare. Terry's been drafting successfully for 65 or so years. Every win is a highlight.
And that's a total of 22 for Terry Hall and Brex Shooter-Duct. Had a 179 in the first round, 2-round total of 201. Terry Hall, Brex Shooter-Duct. Number 2 now in camp, Rowan Marks with Turner Marks Editor. He comes in with a score of 178.5. Standing by number 3, Peter Black, number 4, Ben Tapp, number 5, Adrian Lamb.
Outside for Rowan Marks, riding Turner Marks Editor. This horse is owned by Turner Marks team. It's an 8-year-old gelding, side by Terralia Complex out of Hazelwood Country Life. This horse is a winner of 7 opens.
And we have a cutout score of 22, together with a 178.5 is a total of 200.5. 200.5 for Rowan Marks and Turner Marks Editor. Peter Black will be our next competitor. He comes in as number 3, riding Yavin Freestyler. He brings a 179 into this round, a previous score of 179. Please stand by number 4, Ben Tapp Supernova, and number 5, Adrian Lamb's Playgirl.
So, Leslie, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I've got Leanne Comiskey on one sheet and Peter Black on the other as the owner of this beautiful horse, Yavin Freestyler. This is Peter Black. This is a 20-year-old gelding by One More Playboy out of Glenmore Partnership Cora. This is an open horse. He's won 6 opens, including the Graham Acton Memorial Open at Paradise Lagoons.
And we have a cutout score of 21.5 for Peter Black and Yavin Freestyler, with a 179 2-round total, or 3-round total of 200.5. It's a total of 200.5 for Peter Black and Yavin Freestyler. Ben Tapp, now looking over his cattle, he comes in as competitor number 4, riding Supernova. Ben brings a previous score of 177 into this final. Adrian Lamb, you'll be next at 5 with Playgirl. 6 will be John Turvey, 7 White Young, 8 J Hall.
Outside for Ben Tapp on Supernova. Now, I don't have much information here on this beautiful little horse. I know that Ben's a Wandoan competitor. He's recently moved to Wandoan. And
we have a cutout score of 21.5, together with a 177 is a total score of 198.5. 198.5 for Ben Tapp and Supernova. Adrian Lamb will be next on Playgirl. He comes in at number 5 with a previous score of 178. 178. Stand by number 6, John Turvey's Fable. Number 7, Wyatt Young. Number 8, J Hall. Number 9, Pete Comiskey. Number 10, Cameron Webster.
Outside for Adrian Lamb riding Playgirl. This is Adrian's own nomination. Playgirl is a 16-year-old mare, and the sire is by Playboy Roy out of Lamb's Miss Duck. She's an open mare. She's won 21 open drafts, including Greenvale, Springshaw 50th anniversary, Dolby ACA national finals, and multiple cutouts. Uncle says it's winning the 5 ACA national finals, which is his camp drafting highlight. The cheer is going on there. He has 2 horses in this final. Adrian Lamb riding Playgirl.
And we have a score for Adrian Lamb and Playgirl. Cut out 22, horsework 63, course 4 for an 89. Together with the 178 is a total of 267. 267, which of course is the lead at this stage. John Turvey now on camp. He comes in at number 6, riding Fable. He brings a 181 from his previous round. Standby number 7, Wyatt Young, making hacks off Shakira. Number 8, J Hall's Khaleesi, and number 9, P. Comiskey's Time Checks.
Outside for John Turvey riding Fable, better known as JT in the camp drafting community. He's having a lot of success lately in the camp draft arena, and one of the hard-working cattlemen here at Juandah Plains.
So John Turvey we watch, competitor number 6 and Fable. I'll give you a score shortly. Cut out 18.5, horsework 62.5, course 4 for an 85, previously a 181. That's a 3-round total of 266. 266 for John Turvey and Fable. 7 is our next competitor, Wyatt Young. He rides Making Hats off Shakira. Comes into this round with a total of 178 points. Standby number 8, J Hall's Khaleesi, 9, Peter Comiskey and Time Checks, and 10, Cameron Webster's Lucille.
So we're watching Wyatt Young on Making Hats off to Shakira. Making Hats off to Shakira is owned by Barry Henson, by Hard Hat Henry out of Shakira's Spin. She's a novice mare. She won the Australian ABCRA Championships novice winner. Wyatt, of course, hails from Tamworth. His highlight was the 2019 Landmark Classic and Challenge winner in the same year, which was absolutely amazing. He also won the World Championship camp draft at Sydney Show. And his best camp drafting advice is you only get out what you put in.
So we'll have a score shortly for Barry Henson's nomination, ridden by Wyatt Young, Making Hats off to Shakira. Cut out 15.5, horsework 61, course 4 for an 80.5, previous score of 178, 3-round total of 258.5. 258.5 for Wyatt Young and Making Hats off to Shakira. Number 8 will be our next competitor, J Hall and Khaleesi. Standby number 9, P. Comiskey's Time Checks. 10, Cameron Webster's Lucille. 11, Matt Holz's Shakira's Tapped In. And 12 will be Bill Carey's Gidget.
We watched J Hall on Khaleesi. Needs no introduction, this combination. This horse is owned by Noel Daly And of course, Jay and Ben come from Julia Creek. Jay's made that beautiful perpetual bronze trophy that will be won by the winner of this Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Draft. So a great big thank you to Jay as she goes through the gate.
Great to hear the competitors and spectators getting behind these competitors. It makes all the difference. That's number 8, Jay Hall and Khaleesi. Have a cutout score of 22, horsework 63.5. Just have to get a correction on that. We're missing a course score. Okay, we just have a correction there. Score for Jay Hall and Khaleesi. Cutout 22, horsework 63.5, course 4 for an 89.5, together with a 177.5. That's a 3-round total of 267, which puts her in first place. So that puts her in equal lead with Adrian Lamb and Playgirl with 267 points.
Outside, we watch competitor 9, Pete Comiskey, riding Times Checks. This is his own nomination, Nebo competitor. Times Checks is a 10-year-old stallion by Times Up. Now, I've got camp drafting highlights here for Pete of a 22 ACA Open rider titles. He's won the Warwick Gold Cup in 2005, won the Chinchilla Grandfather Clock, 3 Willinga Park Opens, of course. We've watched Pete go round and round at Willinga and here at Juandah Plains.
And we have a score for Pete Comiskey and Time Checks. Cutout 22, horsework 61, course 4 for an 87. Together with a 178.5 is a total of 265.5, 265.5 for Pete Comiskey and Times Checks. Next competitor will be 10, Cameron Webster and Lucille. He brings a 179.5 into this final. Then we'll have number 11, Matt Holes. Shakira's tapped in. Standby number 12, Bill Carey. 13, Evan Hiscock. And 14, Matthew Moffat.
So outside we watch Cameron Webster, number 10, riding Lucille. Lucille is a novice mare, 8-year-old by Conman out of Larney Acres.
And Cameron has a cutout of 21 with his 179.5 is a total of 200.5. 200.5 for Cameron Webster and Lucille, competitor number 10. Looking carefully over his cattle is competitor number 11, Matt Holes, and Shakira's tapped in. He comes in as competitor number 11, and he has a previous score of 178. 178 for Matt Holes, and Shakira's tapped in. Standing by, number 12, Bill Carey's Gidget. Number 13, Evan Hiscock's Cartel.
So we're watching Victorian competitor Matt Holtz riding Shakira's tapped in. This is a homebred horse from Kooyong Pastoral. Now,
score for Matt Holes and Shakira's tapped in of a 23. 23 together with a 178 is a total of 201. 201 for Matt Holtz and Shakira's tapped in. 12 now on camp, Bill Carey with Gidget. He brings a 179 into this round, a 179. Evan Hiscock stands by at 13 with Cartel. Standing by also 14, Matthew Moffat, She Be a Cat. 15, Steve Comiskey, Lyra Park, Dealt Me an Acre. And 16, Morgan Marks as Kerber.
So Gidget is owned by Bill and Jill Carey. He's an 11-year-old mare by Jill Smart Ray out of Spinner Cat. She's an open horse and has had limited starts. She's a great little mare that gives you 100%. Bill has 2 horses in this final, and his highlights are seeing friends often, and his camp drafting advice is don't get too serious. Watching him outside in this Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft, this exciting final.
So we'll have score very shortly for competitor number 12, Bill Carey and Gidget. He has a cutout of 22, horsework 63, course 4. Total of 89, together with a previous score of 179, is a total of 268. 268. So that is a new leader, Bill Carey and Gidget, total score of 268. Evan Hiscock we watch, competitor 13, riding Cartel. He brings a 177.5 into this round. Matthew Moffat, you'll be next with She Be a Cat, competitor 14. Standby 15, Steve Comiskey, Lyra Park, Dealt Me an Acre.
Outside we watch Evan Hiscock riding Cartel. This is by Acres Destiny out of Hingis, this horse. And he's a 7-year-old maiden horse.
And we have a cutout score of 23 for Evan Hiscock and Cartel, together with a 177.5 is a total of 200.5. 200.5 for Evan Hiscock and Cartel. She Be a Cat is on camp, ridden by Matthew Moffat, comes in as competitor 14. He brings a 179.5 into the final. Standing by 15, Steve Comiskey, Lyra Park, Dealt Me an Acre, 16, Morgan Marks, Kerber, and 17, Dean Rogers, Martini.
This little mare is an 11-year-old mare owned by Tia Beek, and she is by Cat in a Hat out of Bon Jovet. She's an open mare, won Sydney Royal Camp Draft and the Wagyu Crown Open Camp Draft. Cabra competitor outside for Matt Moffat riding She Be a Cat.
Watching Matthew Moffat and She Be a Cat. Competitor number 14. We will have a score for Matthew. Cutout 23, horsework 63.5, course 4 for a 90.5, together with a 179.5, is a new leader. Total of 270 points. 270 points for Matthew Moffat and She Be a Cat. $15 on camp, Steve Comiskey with Lyra Park, Dealt Me an Acre, comes into this round with a total of 178.5 points. Standing by 16, Morgan Marks, Kerber, 17, Dean Rogers, Martini, 18, Pete Comiskey's Irvine's Just Jim, and 19, Andrew Turvey's Cats and Roses.
So on camp now, we're watching Steve Comiskey on Lyra Park, Dealt Me an Acre. This horse is owned by Steve and Louise Comiskey. He's a 7-year-old stallion by Acres Destiny out of Lyra Park Delta. He's an open horse. He's won 3 novice drafts and 2 open drafts. He won the rookie horse in 2024. He's big and he's black and he's beautiful. From Capella, Steve Comiskey riding Lyra Park, Dealt Me an Acre.
Heads for his gate, Steve Comiskey, Lyra Park, dealt me an acre. Competitor 15. We await a score for Steve. Cut out 22, horsework 64.5, course 4 for a 90.5, together with his 178.5 is a total of 269, 269 for Steve Comiskey, Lyra Park, dealt me an acre. 16, Morgan Marks is on camp with Kerber. He brings a 177 into this round. Stand by 17, Dean Rogers Martini. 18, Pete Comiskey's Irvine's Just Jim. 19, Andrew Turvey's Cats and Roses. And 20, Kurt Hanrahan's Bobadil Destiny's Diamond.
Outside for Morgan Marks, riding Terralia Kerber. His own nomination, 8-year-old mare by Acres Destiny out of Will Do Hingis. This horse has won a maiden, a novice and 2 opens. Morgan has 2 horses in this final here this afternoon for this Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft. As he finds the gate.
And we'll have a score very shortly for Morgan Marks and Kerber. Cut out 22, horsework 64.5, course 4 for a 90.5, 90.5 together with a 177 is a total of 267.5, 267.5 for Morgan Marks and Kerber. 17 is our next competitor, Dean Rogers and Martini. He brings a 179.5 into this round, standing by 18, Pete Comiskey, Irvine's Just Jim. There are 37 competitors to run to complete the open final.
Outside we watch Dean Rogers riding Martini. Martini is owned by Neil Huckins. She is a 10-year-old mare. She's by Branch Vale Icon out of Toomba Mist. She's a maiden mare due to an injury at the start of her camp draft career. She's run many 90s and finalled at Moseley Hills in 2025.
Score for Dean Rogers and Martini, cut out of 22.5, together with a 179.5, total of 202, 202 for Dean Rogers and Martini. 18 on camp, Pete Comiskey, Irvine's Just Jim. He brings a 177 into the final round. Standing by 19, Andrew Turvey, Cats and Roses. 20, Kurt Hanrahan, Bobadil, Destiny's Diamond. 21, Bryony Puttycomb's Destiny of Her Own. And 22, Laura McNaughton's Brown Acres.
This horse almost needs no introduction to the camp drafting world. We're watching Pete Comiskey riding Just Jim. He's a pretty famous horse in our world. Owned by Bryony Puttycombe. He's a 16-year-old gelding by Soda Justice. His list is long. He won the Open, won Willinga Park. He's run the Classic Off, won Bowen River, Proston Golden Spurs and the Clermont Gold Cup. Now, Pete's got some advice here, which is best listened to. Keep your reins short and surround yourself with positive people as he goes through the gate.
Score for Pete Comiskey and Irvine's Just Jim, cut out 22, horsework 62.5, course 4 for a total of 88.5, together with a 177 is the total score of 265.5, 265.5. So we're just going to have a change of camp. And when we get a fresh yard, we will continue on. Won't take long with competitor 19, Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses. Andrew brings a 181.5 into this round, 181.5. Standing by number 20, Kurt Hanrahan and Bobadil Destiny's Diamond. 21, Bryony Puttycombe and Destiny of Her Own. 22, Laura McNaughton's Brown Acres. 23, Matt Holz's M&M. And 24, Ben Hall's Tamaru Jackson. Please stand by. If you've just logged on, you're actually watching the final of the Power Contracting and Farming Power and Energy Open Camp Draft. Well, they don't get more local than Andrew. We keep saying a local competitor, but of course Andrew and his wife Courtney and their children live here on the property. So thank you, Andrew and Courtney, for bearing with us all for an entire week. I'm sure it's quite quiet for the rest of the year, although I did hear that they've been very generous and allowed another organisation to use these beautiful grounds towards October sometime. So they will get used again. And we watch competitor 19, Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses, brings a previous score of 181.5 into this final round.
Cats and Roses is an 18-year-old mare owned by Andrew Turvey. She's out by Highbrow Cat out of Stylish Rosie. She's won multiple open camp drafts and has been a great mare. I know Andrew thinks very highly of this little mare.
Score for Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses cut out 22.5, horsework 62.5, course 4 for an 89 together with a 181.5 is a new leader. Total of 270.5, 270.5 for Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses. We move down now to competitor 20, Kurt Hanrahan and Bobadil Destiny's Diamond. He brings a score of 178 into the final, 178. Standby 21, Bryony Puttycombe, Destiny of Her Own. 22, Laura McNaughton's Brown Acres. And 23, Matt Holz's M&M.
Outside for Kurt Hanrahan, riding Bobadil Destiny's Diamond. This is a 19-year-old stallion owned by Kurt and Erica Hanrahan. He's by Acres Destiny out of Sweetest Christy Lena. He's won the Graham Acton Open Paradise Lagoons in 2022, won Open Horse of the Year, Central Zone 2022, won the Central Queensland Camp Draft Open, won the Restricted Open at Ridgelands and won the Restricted Open in Mitchell.
Score for Kurt Hanrahan and Bobadil Destiny's Diamond, cut out 22, horsework 63, course 4 for an 89 together with a 178 is a total of 267, 267 for Kurt Hanrahan and Bobadil Destiny's Diamond. We have 17 horses left to run to complete the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft. And we move down now to competitor 21, Bryony Puttycombe and Destiny of Her Own. Bryony brings a 179 into this round, 179 points. Standby 22, Laura McNaughton, riding Brown Acres, and 23 will be Matt Holz's M&M and 24 Ben Hall's Tamaru Jackson. Turnback riders, could you just pop those cattle back? If we could have turnback riders to do that, please.
Outside, we're watching Bryony Puttycombe, competitor 21 on Destiny of Her Own. This is a Peter Shakespeare nomination.
Score for Bryony Puttycombe and Destiny of Her Own. Cut out 22, horsework 63, course 4 for an 89. Together with a 179 is a total of 268. 268 for Bryony Puttycombe and Destiny of Her Own. 22 will be next, Laura McNaughton and Brown Acres. She brings a 179.5 into the final. 179.5. Standing by 23, Matt Holds and M&M. 24, Ben Hall. Tamaru Jackson. 25, Ben Tapp, Don't Look Back. 26, Adrian Lamb's Condit.
Great to see Laura here, all the way from Walker. And Laura is currently outside riding Brown Acres.
And we have a score for Laura McNaughton and Brown Acres. Cut out 22, horsework 60, course 4 for an 86. Together with a 179.5 is a total of 265.5. 265.5 for Laura McNaughton and Brown Acres. We move down now to 23, Matt Holds and M&M. He brings a 179.5 into this final. 179.5. 24 is standing by, Ben Hall and Tamaru Jackson. Standing by also 25, Ben Tapp, Don't Look Back. 26, Adrian Lamb's Condek. 27, Bradley Comiskey's Snapchat. 28, Peter Knutson's Yavin Champagne Romance. And 29 will be Pete Comiskey's Soda Blue Exotic.
Outside, we have Jindera competitor Matt Holtz riding M&M, his own nomination. I know they're very proud of their homebred horses, going so well now. The winner of the Power Energy and Power Contracting Open Draft will take home the gold Ride Tough buckle and $50,000 in prize money. Matt has 3 horses in this final, so it's an exceptional thing for him to have 3 in the final as he goes through the gate.
Score for Matt Hulls and M&M, cut out 22.5. Horsework 61, course 4 for a total of 87.5. Together with a 179.5 is a total of 267. 267 for Matt Hulls and M&M. And he's underway already. Competitor 24, Ben Hall, Tamaru Jackson. He brings a 179.5 into the final, 179.5.
Outside for Ben Hall riding Jackson. Jackson is a 16-year-old gelding owned by Ben and Jay Hall. He's by Daly's Play Rio out of Tamaru Silla. This horse has won many opens, ladies, juniors and juvenile drafts. He's been the ACA Open Horse of the Year 3 times.
Score for Ben Hall and Tamaru Jackson, cut out 22, horsework 63.5, course 4 for an 89.5, together with a 179.5 is a total of 269. 269 for Ben Hall and Tamaru Jackson. Ben Tapp is next. He comes in as competitor 25, riding Don't Look Back. Ben has a total score of 179.5 at this point in time, 179.5. Adrian Lamb stands by at 26 with Lamb's Con Deck. Standing by also 27, Bradley Comiskey, Snapchat, and 28, Peter Knutson's Yavin Champagne Romance.
So outside for Ben Tapp, riding Don't Look Back, Juandah competitor. Has 2 horses in this final here this afternoon, which is an incredible achievement. Say a great big thank you to our judges today, Mr. Graham Finlayson and Mr. Nathan Mauler, for judging this final of the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft here at Juandah Plains in 2025.
Score for Ben Tapp and Don't Look Back, cut out 22, horsework 60.5, course 4 for an 86.5, together with a 179.5 is a total of 266 points. 266 for Ben Tapp, Don't Look Back. We now watch competitor 26, Adrian Lamb, Lamb's Con Deck. He brings a 180, 180 from his previous 2 rounds into this final. 27 stands by, Bradley Comiskey and Snapchat. Then we'll have 28, Peter Knutson, Yavin Champagne Romance.
Outside for Adrian Lamb, better known in my world as Uncle, riding Con Deck. He's a 10-year-old mare by Hazelwood Conman out of Abbey's Deck. Con Deck has won 1 maiden, 1 novice and 4 opens and multiple cutouts.
And Adrian has a cutout of 23. Together with 180 is a total of 203. 203 for Adrian Lamb and Lamb's Con Deck. 27 now in camp, Bradley Comiskey riding Snapchat. Bradley had a 181, 181 points from his previous 2 rounds. Peter Knutson stands by at 28 with Yavin Champagne Romance. Standing by also 29, Peter Comiskey, Soda Blue Exotic. 30, Cameron Webster's Bob. 31, Steve Comiskey's One Night Stand. 32, Bill Carey's Fully Loaded. 33, Peter O'Neill's Tattoo. 34, Matt Holz's Col Ellen. 35, Ken Knutson's Kilbeggan Karma. 36, Morgan Marks's Complex. And last but not least is 37, Stuart Wallace and Sky Cat.
So we are watching Bradley Comiskey riding Snapchat. This is a Bryony Comiskey nomination from Emerald. Snapchat is a 10-year-old mare by Stylish and Casual out of Stylish Snap. She's a novice mare. She won first in the Stockman's Hall of Fame in 2024, second at Condamine Bell Open in 2023. Second at Capella Open in 2023, highest aggregate Wallinga Gold Buckle in 2024, and multiple places.
Score for Bradley Comiskey and Snapchat of 22.5, horsework 54.5, course 3 for a total of 80, together with a 181 3-round total of 261. 261 for Bradley Comiskey and Snapchat. 27 on camp, Peter Knudsen riding Yavin Champagne Romance. He has a 2-round total of 181. Standby 29, Pete Comiskey and Soda Blue Exotic. 30, Cameron Webster's Bob. 31, Steve Comiskey, One Night Stand.
Outside, we watch Peter Knudsen riding Yavin Champagne Romance. This is Peter and Shari Knudsen's horse from Chinchilla. As we watch this final of the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft, we say a very big thank you to Power Energy and Power Contracting and Farming for their continuous support of the Juandah Plains Camp Draft. Make sure you see Sonny or Levi for all of your power, energy, contracting and farming needs.
Score for Peter Knudsen with Yavin Champagne Romance, cut out 22, horsework 60.5, course 4 for a total of 86.5, together with a 181 is a total of 267.5. 267.5 for Peter Knudsen and Yavin Champagne Romance. Looking over his cattle now is competitor 29, Pete Comiskey and Soda Blue Exotic. He brings a 178.5 to this round. So that's his score over the last 2 rounds. Next competitor 30, Cameron Webster and Bob. Standby 31, Steve Comiskey's One Night Stand. 32, Bill Kerry's Fully Loaded.
Outside for Pete Comiskey riding Soda Blue Exotic. This is a Peter Shakespeare nomination. This is an 8-year-old gelding by One Stylish Pepto. He's a novice horse. He won the ACA 2025 rookie horse and has won the maiden at Comet.
Score for Peter Comiskey and Soda Blue Exotic, cut out 21.5, horsework 62.5, course 4 for an 88, together with a 178.5 is a total of 266.5. 266.5 for Pete Comiskey and Soda Blue Exotic. 30 is our next competitor, Cameron Webster and Bob. Has a 178 from the previous 2 rounds, 178. Standby then a 31, Steve Comiskey, One Night Stand. 32, Bill Carey's Fully Loaded.
Outside, we watch Cameron Webster riding Bob. This is Cameron and Sarah Webster's nomination. Bob is an 18-year-old open gelding by Bob's Hickory Rio out of a mare Electro Lace.
Score for Cameron Webster and Bob, cut out 20.5, horsework 61.5, course 4 for an 86, together with a 178 is a total of 264. 264 for Cameron Webster and Bob. 31 now in camp, Steve Comiskey and One Night Stand. Steve comes in with a 178.5 over the last 2 rounds, 178.5. Bill Carey, he'll be standing by at 32 with Fully Loaded. 33 stands by Peter O'Neill's Tattoo. 34 Matt Holz's Col Ellen. 35 Ken Knutson's Kilbeg and Karma. 36 Morgan Mark's Complex. And 38 will be Stuart Wallace and Sky Cat.
Outside for Chris Ware riding One Night Stand. For Steve Comiskey riding One Night Stand. This horse is owned by Chris Ware. Big shout out to Chris and his dad David. This is a 10-year-old stallion by Warren Bry Romeo out of AMAC Oak Serena. He's won the novice horse in 2024, the open horse in 2025, and he's won 11 open camp drafts. You're watching Steve Comiskey riding One Night Stand.
Score for Steve Comiskey and One Night Stand. Cutout 22, horsework 61.5, course 4 for an 87.5, together with a 178.5. 3-round total of 266, 266 points. Selecting his beast now is competitor 32, Bill Carey, and Fully Loaded. 2-round total at this stage of 179, 179 points. Peter O'Neill stands by with Tattoo. Competitor 33, and also 34 stands by Matt Holtz and Con Ellen.
Outside we watch Bill Carey riding Fully Loaded. This is an 8-year-old metallic cat stallion out of a mare Denny's First Spin. He's a novice horse, won a couple of novice drafts and placed in a few.
So Bill has a cutout score of 22, together with a previous score of 179, total of 201. 201 for Bill Carey and Fully Loaded. Just receiving his fresh is Peter O'Neill, competitor 33, riding Tattoo. Pete brings a 179 into the final. Matt Holt stands by with Con Ellen at 34, 35 standing by Ken Knutson, and 36 Morgan Marks. So Pete goes out with a 179. Pete O'Neill and Tattoo.
If you've just tuned in, you're watching the final of the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft. Our judges, Mr. Graham Finlayson and Mr. Nathan Mauler.
.34 comes on camp. Matt Holtz with Con Ellen. He brings a 178 into this final round. There's only 4 competitors left to run. Standing by 35, Ken Knutson, Kilbeg and Karma. 36, Morgan Marks' Complex. And 37, Stuart Wallace and Sky Cat.
Outside we watch Matt Holtz riding Con Ellen. This is a homebred Kooyong pastoral horse. Matt and Fiona hail from Jindera, very proud of their homebred horses, as they should be. Matt has 3 horses in this final, only one of only 2 competitors to do such an achievement.
Score for Matt Hulls and Con Ellen. Cut out 23, horsework 60.5, course 4 for an 87.5 with an 178 is a 3-round total of 265.5. 265.5. Local competitor on camp, 35, Ken Knutson, rides Kilbeggan Karma. He brings a 179 after 2 rounds into the final. Standby 36, Morgan Marks's Complex, and 37, Stuart Wallace's Skycat.
Outside for Ken Knutson, riding Kilbeggan Karma. This horse is owned by Ken Knutson himself, chinchilla competitor. This is a homebred horse. She is a 10-year-old mare by Acres Destiny out of Romeo Mare, and she's won 2 novices.
Score for Ken Knutson and Kilbeggan Karma. Cut out 22, horsework 58, course 3 for a total of 83 together with a 179. That's a total of 262. 262 for Ken Knutson, Kilbeggan Karma. So all eyes are on competitor 36, Morgan Marks, Complex. He comes into this 3rd round with a total of 181.5, 181.5. And our final competitor is 37, Stuart Wallace and Skycat.
Outside for Claremont competitor Morgan Marks, riding Complex. Terralia Complex. He's owned by Morgan himself. He's a 13-year-old stallion by Kiwong Combat out of Kirkby Stud Shady. He's won a maiden and 6 opens.
Score for Morgan Marks and Complex. Cut out 22, horsework 63, course 4 for an 89, together with a 181.5 is a total of 270.5. We love a runoff. 270.5. We now have 2 competitors with that score. This is our final competitor, Stu Wallace and Skycat. He comes in as competitor 37.
We are watching Stuart Wallace riding Skycat as he heads out the gate. This is last year's Juandah Plains Open winner combination, and this is a 9-year-old gelding by Smart Catfex out of Dorothy Docks. This is Stuart and Kerry Wallace's nomination, Skycat from Clark Creek.
And we have a cutout score of 23 for Stu with a 179. That's a total of 202. Total of 202. So we will have ourselves a runoff. And we will update you very shortly. I think we'll do a fresh yard. And I'm sure Lauren will be able to do a draw down there, and I'll let you know who's going in first. So we do have a runoff between Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses and Morgan Marks Complex. So both on 270.5. So we've done a draw. Morgan Marks, you'll be in first with Complex. Okay, Morgan Marks is on camp with Complex. This is the runoff for the winner of the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft. And I do have an announcement. I can tell you that Matt Holtz with M&M has won the aggregate cutout. So, Matt, you take home the $5,000 and the Tom Strawn Memorial Court Pot bronze. So congratulations there to Matt Holtz and M&M for winning our aggregate cutout. Outside, you watch Morgan Marks and Complex. This is a runoff to determine the winner of the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft. Andrew Turvey will be next with Cats and Roses. Score for Morgan Marks, cut out 22, horsework 64.5, course 4 for a total of 90.5. 90.5. We now watch Andrew Turvey with Cats and Roses. And he's outside, competitor, our last competitor, of course, for the runoff. This is Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses. Everyone's getting behind these competitors. Lots of pressure on here. score for Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses. Cut out 23, horsework 64, course 4 for a total of 91 points. That's a 91-point run for Andrew Turvey and Cats and Roses. So, of course, Andrew Turvey is in the lead and has won the Power Contracting and Farming and Power Energy Open Camp Draft after his runoff with Morgan Marks. And, of course, Morgan will come in second with his 90.5. We will do the presentations very, very shortly.